Well, hey there, everybody. Happy Star Trek Tuesday. It is time for the main viewer. Did you miss us? We missed you.
But we were just here. We didn't miss any TMVs.
Yeah, but we haven't seen people in like a week. It's been
That's
rough. Some
true.
people we did see all weekend, which was a lot of fun. Hey, before we get into that, though, everybody, there's some big news. Did you hear the news? There is a Star Trek theme park coming. We've done it.
Whoa.
Finally, everybody, road trip,
and,
depending.
and maybe a boat.
Yeah, depending on where you are, it's a decent road trip. But everybody in the live chat, go ahead and guess where this thing is if you don't already know. Where do you think it is? Do you think it's in like Tallahassee?
I'll
Maybe
tell you,
Boise?
I would have lost this bet. Like, never in a million years would I have guessed. And then I also would have lost the bet that it was actually official.
Oaxaca? Maybe it's in Oaxaca. Maybe it's in like, I don't know, somewhere in Connecticut. Hartford, I guess. That's a place in Connecticut. Anyway, we'll get into that. It's going to be amazing. And guess which Star Trek series it's connected to? You may have gotten this wrong too. This is also something that's tough to guess. So, also in the news, did you hear Michael Dorn was going to be in Star Trek Discovery? What the heck? We're going to
What?
talk about that. Yeah, Michael Dorn was going to be in Star Trek
What?
Discovery. My first thought is, um,
How?
how? That's exactly the word. How? Um, Also, we're going to talk a bit about Star Trek theme parks in general, because there have been a few and a few ideas and a few things kicking around and stuff like that. What else do we have today? I forgot, but there's so much going on. It's kind of almost too much. We got some Star
We
Trek
could talk about
Picard
Chicago.
talk.
Right?
We've got Trek to Chicago. There's a lot of great. If you did not go to Trek to Chicago this past weekend, you missed some debauchery. There was drama, there was debauchery, there was Dramamine,
Oh,
there
yeah.
was there were jokes to be had.
Yes.
A lot of crazy
Yes.
things happened, and we will update you on all of those. Anyway, let's just go ahead and get into all that. Also, it's an anniversary today.
It was an anniversary over the weekend, but it's such a big
Yeah,
one. Just mention it.
it is a big one
Mm-hmm.
because you don't turn 37 every day.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's say hi to everybody in the live chat. Hi, Brett. Hi, Dave, Lucia, Bob, Stephanie. We saw you in Chicago. Donna, Joel, May, what's up? One Trek fan, the Trek reviewer. Hello, Lucia. I think we already said hi to her. The Matt Boardman, Lane Page. You stopped your streak of Trek tours at one this weekend. On B, Mark, Joshua, Linda. It was great seeing you in Chicago
Mm-hmm.
as well. KL Bliss. Star Trek is here. Thank goodness for that. Fran Iverson, what's up? All right. Dave Gregory, we saw you. Looking forward to seeing you again
Mm-hmm.
soon. Melissa Longo's here.
Hello there. Hello. Hello.
Quick question. Are
Mhm.
you wearing a Spock shirt because our thing said Spocktober, or is it a coincidence?
It's a coincidence.
What
It's
are
a
the
total
odds?
coincidence.
Exactly 1,124 to 7, Captain.
Oh my
Look,
gosh.
everybody, Dr. Anne Marie Siegel is here. She's also wearing a Vulcan shirt.
No. Hello. My Star Trek shirts are in the wash.
All of them.
Well, all at home.
And my name is Ryan T. Husk, everybody. I'm wearing the plainest shirt of plain shirts. Sorry about that.
I thought that was your Section
It's okay.
31 shirt.
It's my section. Well, that's the thing. If you're in section 31, you have to really blend in and not get noticed. And if there's one thing I'm good at is not getting noticed.
I don't know if that's true.
Right, it's true. So everybody, please make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Please hit the bell icon for notifications. If you're listening in, give us oh, I'm seeing Chicago pictures right now. Look, I just go onto Facebook real quick, and the first thing I see is Anne Marie Siegel posting
What are
pictures.
the odds?
First thing, she has a picture of a beer.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
'cause
God, so many pictures. Look at that.
that's just one night.
Look at this group right here. Carrie Schwent, Melissa Longo, Allison Leach Hyde, and the doctor.
That was fun.
Okay.
That's so fun.
Well, the reason I went over to Facebook, everybody, is because we want you to please do us a favor. The Virtual Trek Con Facebook group currently is sitting at 962 members. Okay. Obviously, we'd rather be at 1,000. So can you do us a favor and please go over to that group and join the group and make us go over 1,000? We'd really appreciate that. And now, the news.
Dun, 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 dun.
Isn't that our slogan?
Yes. I was just pulling up articles. There's a lot
From
of like
where?
because there's a lot of verbiage in this discussion about this theme park that I'm like, oh, it's like, you know how Disney has its own like catchphrases and terminology for things. Apparently this does too. So
Ooh, there's a lot to
yes,
be heard about this.
yeah.
All right. What are we going to start with? I think we should start off with this here theme
Oh,
park, right?
maybe the tweet
yes,
from
but
Spocktober.
can I just say that Jenny R. Johnson is in the live chat?
Welcome,
Ooh.
Jenny. Where? Oh, she's not here though. Bummer. She got a lot of work to do.
Yes,
That's
she
okay.
has these amazing packaging videos for her artwork, and they're so good. Like
Let's
sped
see
up
them.
things, and I'm like, the process is incredible. It's such an art, and it looks so
See if I can
physical.
find it. See that she painted a tribute to Star Trek: The Next Generation in 2018. I don't see the packaging video.
From like last week, I think, when I saw. So good.
Oh, that's a lot of scrolling.
Yeah. So much good content.
Anyway, all
Jenny
right.
R.
Well, we'll have to
Johnson
come back to
says,
that.
"Hi, I love you.
Aww.
We love you too, Jenny."
Are we sure that she wasn't saying he?
That would be funny too. Maybe she's at a theme park and going on a ride.
Okay. Well, let's start off with this here theme park because this is really important news. And I think this is what everybody wants to know. Yes, this is real. Yes, this is not fake news. Yes, I think it might even be like, Anne-Marie, is this officially
This is
complete?
official because the
Like
first thing
it's
I
actually going to
open.
happen. Like not that
Yeah.
it's official that they'd like to do it, but it's official that they have broken ground and it is happening.
Well, if you click on the Hageman Brothers tweet I sent you, it clarifies some things.
Well, first, that's given a little bit away right there.
I know.
I'm not
First,
sure
let's
if
go
Grounded
to
broke it.
trekmovie.com, our good pals over there, Anthony Pascal, Star Trek attraction and hotel rooms coming to Turkish theme park in 2025. What?
I know.
By the way, everybody, happy Spocktober, everybody. Are you sneezing, Melissa? Are you coughing? Happy Spocktober to everybody. We should have started with that because it is the first day of October. And for some reason, I'm really excited about this October. I think it's going to be a great one. But we'll have to get into that a little bit later since we've already started this. Okay, Star Trek Prodigy theme attraction. Is that for real?
Yes. So the first two questions I had were is this for real, and how is this possibly like sanctioned?
Yeah.
So then today stuff started rolling out that yes, it is actually official.
Well, it's only official if the Hagemans deem it so, right?
Yep.
So here we've got Dan and Kevin Hageman at Brothers Hageman, who say, "We had an amazing time helping out an incredible team create such an awesome attraction. A lot of love and joy was put into it, along with a little Murph. Can't wait to hear more about it. Hashtag Star Trek Prodigy. And then it shows the link, Star Trek attraction and hotel rooms coming to Turkish theme park in 2025.
And also, like, will there be merch?
And then there's a comment right below that says, this is weird in a country where free speech isn't allowed and women have little to no rights. Well, yeah.
Oh,
So if you're like me, sorry about that, and you've always wanted to go to Turkey, because I definitely,
me
it's at the
too.
top of my list. This might be the perfect excuse to go see Turkey. Does it say which city in Turkey it's in,
Yeah.
by the way?
Well, I clicked to the original thing, which is something called globetrotter.com. And they say, or
Oh, Antalya.
Globe Trender. Yeah. Also, I like Turkish men.
Who doesn't?
They're quite attractive. Yeah.
So let's open Antalya
But you know
in
what
the
popped into
maps.
my head when you said, I like Turkish men, Turkish delight.
I don't know what that means.
It's a great dessert.
Oh, so here's Turkey. They spell Turkey weird in their country. And Antalya is down here in the south. Look at that. You
Ooh,
can go
on
here,
the
Oh,
take a trip
coast.
cool.
over, you could take a trip over to Cyprus. You can do
We have a
whatever you
friend who
want.
comes in the live chat from Cyprus sometimes. He always wins. He oftentimes wins the science quiz at Virtual Trek Con.
Ooh.
Cyprus is rad. So anyway, yeah, it's down here. Look, you can take a trip up to Istanbul. You can see the caves, like I think the caves are around here somewhere in the center. Got Ankara here, all kinds of. You can come down here if you want to get into like wars and stuff. You got a lot of options when you come travel to Turkey and come here. You could go west and see all the Greek Isles. Who does not want to see that?
I want to
Ow!
do that. Yeah.
Beautiful. Anyway, so
Greece.
now you know where it is. It's in the south of Turkey. What else do we know about it, Doctor?
Well, do you want to read the article or do you want me to summarize?
Summarize, please.
Okay, so it's basically like a Nickelodeon themed theme park. And so it's like
Oh.
SpongeBob and other entities they do. Yeah, like that guy. I didn't know you had a SpongeBob impression. Where's that been all of our lives? The best part is because it was not making sound. I don't know if anybody saw it. I highlighted us last week.
Nope, you guys are just giggling for no reason.
Yeah.
That's even funnier. Okay.
So apparently, like Star Trek Prodigy is like part of the Nickelodeon umbrella again, or never left, but it's getting more attention again. So they're gonna have like a Star Trek, I guess, section or ride or both, and then like exhibits and rooms to wander through, and then like in their hotel, they're gonna have some Prodigy themed hotels.
Mm.
Very excited.
That is exciting. Are we having a poll?
Yep.
Whole face.
Ooh.
The question is,
That's very
would you go
exciting.
to a themed park? I said themed park instead of theme park just for fun. Would you go to a themed park attraction in Turkey? The options are yup or nope. Okay.
Yeah, I totally
So that's
would.
really exciting, and it's opening in
Well, we kind of need
2025.
yeah, so we kind of need to start referring to the article because there's a lot of like theme park lingo that hasn't been like totally explained, but people are surmising like what it means, including like details of the ride.
Okay, it says,
You're a theme park expert.
it's hilarious. Oh, that's true, I am. It says the back door of the space shuttle is open. Take your seats and fasten your seat belts. When you're all set for takeoff, the lights will switch off and you'll embark on an epic space journey. Listen carefully to Dal and Gwen's conversation because you won't want to miss any of the planets. Oh, cool. And here's like a rendering of it. This is cool.
Oh, the renderings are so fun.
This looks a little bit like at the
Ooh.
Disneyland theme park in Anaheim, there's like a space tours ride. It's kind of like that, but it looks like it might be a little bit bigger, somewhat like the Despicable Me ride at Universal Studios, I think is what it is. They used to be the Terminator
Yeah.
attraction before that.
And it squirts you.
Oh, there's
So
also the
actually, that is part of this. So like this is being hailed as like a, let me see the exact thing. Okay. Star Trek Wild Galaxy 5D
I
cinema.
don't want a Star Trek
So
colon.
so Mick Jones did some research, and it appears that 5D is like a terminology for theme parks when it uses all five senses.
So it'll probably
Cool.
blow on you.
Well, wait a
That one-
second. Hang on. I'm cool with all those except taste.
Oh,
I
what do you
don't
think of
want a
Cotton Candy
theme
from
park.
Riverhood?
I don't want a ride to make me taste something.
You
I'm
probably
not
smell
comfortable with
something.
that. The smell is fine. You know, they give you fun aromas like on the Disneyland's soaring over California or soaring over the world. You know, it smells like soil or it smells like jasmine when you're going to India or it smells like, you know, grass,
Oh,
you know, when you
Subways and
go
that
to
King Kong ride. I love that one.
what does King Kong smell like?
They make the King Kong ride at, like, what is that, Universal? They make it smell like a New York subway.
Ugh.
It's fun.
So it smells like arrogance?
Yeah, in LA, I think. Or California. Is it LA? Or is it
I don't
California or
think
Florida? It's
I
really
don't
fun.
think I've been on that one. I've
It's
been on the
still there.
Despicable Me one. And they do all of that stuff. Squirt you, spray you with air.
And you know they used to do that the at the Star Trek experience at the Hilton in Vegas back in the day.
Oh,
It was called the Borg 4D ride because it was three dimensionals, and the fourth dimension was that it like physically assaulted you, if I remember correctly. Like it would start like kind of grabbing at your legs or trying like on your back and stuff, like poking at your back, and it's like resist, you must resist, and it was trying to like poke and stuff like that. So the
well, I
fourth
want
D
to
was
go on
it was like
that.
a massage chair.
Yeah, still sold.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It was nice. The first one was better though, when you're like it's like Klingon attack and you're flying in a runabout. Anyway, that's really cool.
Oh, that's kind of like this place that I worked in New York called Mars 2112. They had a shuttle that takes you to Mars, and the restaurant was set on Mars.
Nice.
Anyway,
So this says the lobby of Star Trek Wild Ride Theater, Land of Legends. Look, it's like feeding a bird. That's cool.
in the baby.
You too can watch them feed a bird for only $2,100 and a plane trip. Wow, there's a lot of cool pictures. There's a lot of artist renderings here. Or artistic renderings, possibly. Look, there's Rock Talk. There's a child.
The logo on the wall. Aurora. They're going to Colorado.
Nice city. Isn't there an Aurora, Illinois, too? Isn't that where Wayne's World was?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, you were just by there. It's not far
Oh,
from the
yeah.
hotel.
And then there's this one. Wow, there's all kinds of good stuff. This is fun. There's a man bun you can check out.
Yes.
Sure.
I love seeing
I
what
never
people wear
see
in these.
those.
So menagerie.
Oh, cool. And it says Star Trek themed room at the Nickelodeon Hotel. Whoa! Do you guys want to see the Star Trek hotel room?
Okay, and here's the even more fun part. They're different kinds.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
First of all, that closet looks amazing.
Closet. Where's the closet?
That's a closet?
Oh, down here?
Yeah.
No, I'm looking at this like you're on Warp.
Yeah,
I
and
know.
look at that cute blue chair is so Star Trek.
Yeah, that unfolds or something. Wow, that's fun.
I will say
deluxe rooms. Oh, go ahead.
The pillows look way more comfortable in that room than they do on Star Trek, really.
Totally. No triangle pillows.
No triangle pillows. Look at that bathroom.
Bathroom. Shout out right
mackerel.
Here. This is where you know, whatever.
Waste extraction.
Yep. You don't, but you don't actually
No, that's what
extract it.
Melissa's uncle does on Deep Space Nine.
It's more like waste propulsion, right?
Yeah,
waste.
because unless it does actually extract it from you.
Ooh, here's
They have like deluxe rooms. Which
yeah,
are,
here's
like,
a suite.
incredible.
That's
That
a
are
sweet
fastened
suite.
after the ready room.
Look at that.
Holy mackerel!
Yes.
What? I want to sit on those chairs.
Oh my God, you know, people are going to be trying to walk off with like those vases and stuff all the time.
Wow, that's
I
cool.
believe they're vases.
Oh, okay.
Wow, I didn't realize they'd have so many fun pictures.
I
Wow.
know, because like
More
at first when
bed
Trek
stuff.
Central broke this news, because Trek Central was like all over, kept catching everything. I was
Yeah.
like, this isn't real. I never questioned them.
Everybody always questions Trek Central. Is that the one where they every time they
know.
break something, people are always going like, that's not true,
That's
but
not
they're always
true,
right.
but
No,
then it
they're
is
always
true.
right. It's just that, like, I don't know. I just found it so hard to believe. I was like, there's no way it's official. And then it is.
Okay. So
It looks too
now,
good to be true, is what it was.
along those lines, I've heard in the past of other times where Star Trek theme parks were supposed to happen, but then never did.
Exactly.
I remember maybe like 10 or 15 years ago, it was announced that there was going to be one in Israel. And I remember
Nice.
looking at the city, and it was way down in the south on the coast of the Red Sea. You know how Israel kind of goes down into a tiny little point, and the part where and so it was down there, whatever that city is. But I remember seeing that, and I was like, I'll fly there for a start, but then it never happened.
Mm-mm.
You guys remember that? It was a while
No,
ago. Let me see.
I don't remember that. But I do think that there should be more Star Trek theme parks around the world because I think they would be popular.
I totally agree. There's always talk of them in Asia. I feel like maybe one of them happened, but like it's never, also every time there's talk of it, it's like this massive concept. And then if
Yeah.
anything happens, it's like, except for obviously Star Trek The Experience, which
Mm-hmm.
is a little different.
Yeah, I can't find it. This was a long time, maybe 15 years ago.
It would
But
be
anyway, I
fun.
remember but it was really just pitched, but never to the point of being like built. But I remember getting really excited about it, and then there was like zero news about it at all. It just, or maybe there was, but it didn't reach us in the States, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that was one. In the live chat, everybody let us know if you remember that news, maybe 15 years ago, where Israel, right in the southern tip where it hits the Red Sea, it's like this thin little piece. There was also supposed to be, I think a couple years later, it was announced that there was going to be a theme park, a Star Trek theme park in Jordan, also
That's
in the
what
Middle East, right? And
that's
so
what
we've got
Stephen
Turkey,
Grant.
More
we've got
sense because
Israel,
that's where
we've
the
got
French,
Jordan. What?
that made more sense because that was where I don't remember his name, who was on Voyager. Isn't that where he was from?
Yeah, well, Stephen Brandt in the live chat just said that I think it was previously announced Star Trek theme park was in Jordan because
Yeah.
King of Jordan is
Abdullah.
a huge
Right.
Star Trek fan.
No, it
And
was both. There
yeah.
was definitely an Israel one, and then a few 2 or 3 years later, there was one in Jordan that was pitched that had way more legs because it was like the king of Jordan, right? He's a big Star Trek fan, so
Right.
of course that dude can have it built by himself. But then
Yeah.
again, did that one ever happen, or did it just fizzle? It kind of just disappeared too, right?
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know either. Um, it looks like it was called Red Sea Astrarium Jordan. But did it ever end up happening? It looks like it was August 2nd, 2011. So it was 13 years ago. That sounds about right. And it's okay. Well, let's go to our friends over at Wikipedia on this one because there's a little bit more information on this one.
Oh, interesting.
The Red Sea Astrarium was a planned integrated resort destination on the shores of the Red Sea. Huh. It would have been the first themed entertainment attraction at the coastal city of Aqaba, Jordan. Isn't that where the... No, that was
There's
Agrabah.
a party here in, yeah, different city.
It was announced in 2011 for a projected 2014 opening. Construction stopped on this theme park in early 2015, and the park was never completed or opened. Dude, the King of Jordan should have enough money to like
Right.
get this thing
But
done.
maybe he's busy.
In 2013, a signing ceremony was held at the Jordanian American Business Forum under the patronage of King Abdullah II of Jordan. King Abdullah had suggested Star Trek be included in the Red Sea Astrarium, being a big Star Trek fan who had uncredited cameo, blah, blah, blah. We know that. Voyager. Anyway,
So I just sent you
184 acres of land would have
Wow.
I
been.
just sent you like the Memory Alpha Star Trek attractions list, which is kind of similar. In your Facebook Messenger. So I guess there's one in
Oh no, I don't
in
check
Germany.
Facebook.
Um,
And Linda Anderegg also said there's an office building shaped like the Enterprise somewhere.
In
So-
China.
yes.
In
Is
China.
it China?
I believe so. Maybe it's Taiwan, but I'm pretty sure it's China. I know. I hope nobody in China or Taiwan heard me mistake the two or be confused between the two because they'll be pissed because they're practically at war with each other right now. But I think it's in China, and I've seen it. It's really cool. Not in person,
Cool.
just the pictures. Okay, so this is what Anne Marie
There really
sends
isn't
us.
much. There was a roller coaster in Germany. That's what I always see people mention.
Oh.
Operation Enterprise, which is like the last thing in that list.
It says several officially licensed and or sanctioned Star Trek attractions and events have been organized since the late 1980s. Typically, these entail specially produced events and or activities such as concerts, live performances, blah, 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 blah. As such, they're considered separate from the Star Trek exhibitions, which only passively display items in real. This is not telling us.
If you scroll down,
Maybe-
there's like some
Yeah,
links
there's
of
just
you can
not
see.
much
So
here.
basically,
Let
the
me see.
German one is the one that I see gets shared the most.
List of attractions. Okay, fine.
But a lot of them are about like
It's
a
shocking
concert
that
or a traveling show. It's shockingly low, but I mean, then you
Yeah.
see the merchandise, and it's not that surprising. So this one,
Star
the
Trek,
last
the
one on the list.
there it is, the experience, the Klingon encounter and the Borg invasion 4D were at the experience.
Mhm.
It was only open 10 years. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. It would be so fun if the Rio picked some Star Trek thing something up because that's where STLV is every year.
What's Star Trek Orion Rendezvous?
I was just gonna look at that. I was like, what is that?
Star Trek Live concert.
Spicy.
Yeah, these are all just kind of like events. These are just
Well, that's the
events.
thing. There's so few that they're all lumped together.
Where's the
Hmm.
German one?
Operation Enterprise, the last one.
Oh,
Oh, you know the first one on that list, Star Trek Adventure, must be the thing that Rico worked at, like the Universal Studios thing.
Star Trek Operations Enterprise is a roller coaster attraction. We'll take it. Move in the
Yeah.
movie park, Germany. I remember that near Bottrop in Germany. First announced as under construction in 2016, the attraction officially opened to the public on May 30th, 2017, after a week's soft launch. Standing 40 meters high, what the heck? Call it 130 feet. The roller coaster is based in the Federation Plaza and sees visitors escorted through a small exhibition space before taking on the role of Starfleet cadets tasked with rescuing the USS Enterprise D and its crew from the Borg. Okay, so this sounds to me like Star Wars Land at Disneyland.
Yeah, it does sound like that.
And that's awesome.
Mhm.
And Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel, what were you talking about?
You go back to the last page and then that list of like experience attractions. The first one in the list, which is Star Trek Adventure, I think that's the one that like some people
Maybe,
who've been
let
on
me see.
TMV and
Because that was the other one I was going to bring up. Oh, see, it says Universal Studios. No, that's different.
wasn't that where like Rico worked as a Klingon?
It says, no, it says Star Trek Adventure was the title given to the two Universal Studios produced, largely overlapping Star Trek themed live action performance attractions at its two Universal Studios tour theme park premises located in Hollywood, Los Angeles, California, and in Orlando. So those were kind of like, like if you go to Universal Studios in Hollywood nowadays, they've got like the Water World show or something like that. I guess there was a Star Trek thing before that. But what you're thinking of, Anne Marie, and this, I was hoping to bring this up, was Six Flags. It was called Marriott's Great America or something like that. And before that, it was called Paramount's Great America.
Hmm.
And it was a Six Flags attraction near San Jose, California.
Hmm.
And I grew up there, so I went there. And I don't think it had any Star Trek rides per se, but it
Hmm.
had Klingons running around.
That's
So you would
fun.
just get like photo ops with Klingons for some reason. Maybe there was a Star
Oh,
Trek ride
here's
that I
some
don't
more.
remember.
But
Some
isn't there
painful
that
things,
thing happening in the spring at Universal Studios with Star Trek as
Yes.
well?
Good point.
like without any details really. But yeah.
Right.
Oh, so a few of these other things on this list are rides. Borg Assimilator was some ride in North Carolina.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
There's an external link that says looking back at closed Star Trek attractions. And then you
Oh.
click on it and it says, oops, this page is down. So the page is closed too.
Whoops.
Yeah. All right. So everybody in the live chat, please let us know. Do you remember any other Star Trek type attractions in your local neighborhoods or something you read about or anything at all? Like there was the one that was proposed in Israel that went nowhere. There was the one in Jordan that went pretty far but never finished. Um, there's this one in Turkey that seems like it is coming no matter what. There's that cool office building in China that looks like a big enterprise.
Oh, okay, go click on the Borg Assimilator. So it looks like that one was actually a relocation of the one you just talked about in San Jose. I
Oh.
love this TMV Research Live.
Wait. There was nothing to move in San Jose, though. I don't think there were. I mean, maybe there were. I don't remember. I was just a kid.
It says, actually, let me let you read it because it's so
No, you read it,
Burbage
please.
is
I don't want to open
hilarious.
it back up. I already
Okay.
closed it.
Borg Assimilator was the name given to the roller coaster ride attraction located from 2004 to 2008 in Carrollton, Charlotte, North Carolina Entertainment Park, then owned by Paramount Communications, owner of Paramount Pictures, itself owner of the franchise. Okay. Actually, the Vekoma Flying Dutchman coaster, the first of its kind, started out life in 2000 as Stealth in another Paramount Entertainment Park, Paramount's Great America in San Jose, California, but was relocated to the Carowinds venue 3 years later to make room for a water park. Once at the new location, it was rechristened as the Borg Assimilator, tying in to park owners' Star Trek property. So I guess maybe it was just another roller coaster, but at that San Jose theme park because it was owned by Paramount.
I wonder how they decided to do this in Turkey.
I'm so curious about that.
Came about of all places. Yeah.
Nickelodeon is massive there. It's so interesting. And then also like, now suddenly Prodigy's getting attention through Nickelodeon. Like, where was the merch and everything?
Where is the merch? I still want Prodigy.
I just can't wait for pictures for when Bonnie goes. Like, that'll be a well documented trip.
Yeah, it's surprisingly little how much, like Star Trek gets like a roller coaster here or there, or like a pop-up here or there. But for how big it is, how is there not a theme park? I mean, the closest we've had was the Star Trek Experience. That was probably the closest to a theme park because there were 2 rides.
Right.
There were decorations. There was a full restaurant. There were Star Trek shops. There was a Star Trek theme throughout the casino and sci-fi. I mean, that was borderline Star Trek theme park, but just, it's just inside of a hotel.
Because that one was like Lisa Klink developed the ride with like other people who actually worked on Star Trek. I think Dave Rossi maybe. Yeah, they did a panel at SCLV in the second stage even. But oftentimes they do deep dives into it. Like Larry will do it on a Trek FM show or the Inglourious Treksperts will come like deep dive to the making of the ride. It's super fascinating. But this
That is
one, once I
fascinating.
saw like Hageman Brothers tweet about this, I was like, wow, this actually is very similar if they're involved in now the making of the Prodigy
Hmm.
ride and hotel rooms.
So I
Yeah.
can't be the only one that loves, oh, you can't see it, sour apple blow pops.
Yeah.
Sour
You're still
apple
eating
blow pops, not still. They don't last that long. I just cracked this baby open. So the story behind the sour apple blow pop here, that you can't see because it's green, is so you
He's just
can't prove
holding
I'm
a
actually
stick.
enjoying it. Yeah. Is that Dr. Anne Marie Siegel bought a whole bunch of Halloween candy this past weekend to give to Melissa, so Melissa could give to kids that come to her table because that's such a fun and nice thing to do. So I got a sour apple blow pop and put it in my backpack and took it home, and now I'm enjoying it too.
Yeah.
Yummy.
And I mean, there weren't a whole lot of kids
Mm.
over the weekend, but they all of them that got candy really enjoyed it, and some came back for seconds. But which I'm like, sure, but there's still some for New Jersey since it's not
Ooh.
that long after Halloween.
Ooh.
So
I
bring
just
your
love
kids to New Jersey and they can get candy too.
Sour apple was always my favorite blow pop when I was a kid.
Oh my God, my favorite are the caramel apple suckers that are like made by
Oh, she
Totino.
Ooh.
has those too in that bag.
Ah,
Are
those
there?
are no.
Well, they're
If
pronounced
there were, I would have
caramel,
eaten them
but
out. I would have eaten them out all up and out of the bag.
I do like the caramel apple. I heard eat
I
out
bet.
too. Oops.
Anne Marie, did you get some sun? You got real red cheeks right now. You get sunburned? What's going on?
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Anyway, back to work, everybody. So everybody in the live chat, please let us know what is your favorite flavor of blow pop? Because these were the best when we were kids. Still pretty good. All right, so let's close out this poll. Would you go to a Star Trek themed park attraction in Turkey?
Wow.
56% of you said nope. They said no deal.
Even if money was not an issue, would you not go? I mean, I don't know. That's surprising to me. But
It is kind of a long way to go for a park.
yeah, but if somebody gave you a ticket to Turkey and say, "Here, you're gonna go to the Star Trek theme park," why? I don't know. I'm thinking if money is no object, then why not?
ODM.
Oh, sorry. I just like hit some buttons by mistake.
I was trying to figure out what that was code for.
I didn't understand the code either.
Yeah, I just like
All
there
right.
was a button that popped up and I had to like close it out and it hit a different button.
So Angela says cherry. Mark says grape. Donna says grape. Green apple number 1. Watermelon number 2
Ooh,
for
I
me.
like watermelon too.
Oh, Joshua
Oh,
agrees. He says watermelon or
watermelon.
sour apple. Yep, he gets it.
Yes.
Hmm.
All right. So, were there any other theme parks or theme park type things? I don't think so. I mean, there's going to be, like you guys mentioned, the upcoming Universal Studios things in like spring, I think. That sounds awesome. Definitely going to that.
Yes,
Amazing.
definitely going to that. With Back to the Future and what was the other one? There were three. Back to the
Oh,
Future,
yeah.
Star Trek, and I
Those are
forgot
gonna
the
be
other
like
one.
such fun LA away team hangs.
Yeah, yeah.
Every time anybody in that Facebook group goes to a theme park, I'm like, oh my God, they know how to do a theme park. Or like Lambda Quadrant. They have such a fun time at theme parks.
Mhm.
Wow, it got really quiet for a second there. Okay.
was
I
just
guess we're
looking at
moving
the-
on. You guys still with us?
Yeah. I was
Okay.
just reading Stephanie Berner's comment about if money was no object and going with a bunch of people, she would go, but not traveling
Yeah.
alone as a
I
woman.
get it.
Yes.
I can understand that.
I'm
Okay,
surprised,
so
like where they put theme parks. Like I would put a theme park. I don't know. It's just like where they decide is like a predictable enough like audience in that country to put one there. I just would have thought somewhere like in Europe, like Germany, for example, where there like
Right.
to be so many Star Trek fans.
Yeah.
What do I know?
so up next from a website called twitter.com, Trek Central at the Trek Central tweets Spocktober begins ... Here he
Little
is.
hand.
Oh, look what's trending in California. Tel Aviv, World War III, and World War III. All right.
Wow.
Spocktober, what have you done? Stop petting that kitty if it's going to be that big of a problem. So,
It's a cute kitty.
so everybody in the live chat, please let us know, do you have a Star Trek themed costume that you're planning on wearing for Halloween? That's going to be fun. I might just put on an old Star Trek uniform and just
I'll
say,
probably
hey, I'm dressed up.
wear the one that I was planning on wearing last year before the strike. But
Oh, fun.
What is it?
I was gonna be Una.
Ooh.
I heard her last name was Gata Davida.
It's Jen Riley.
Okay. Okay. That is tasty. Joel says, my 4 uniforms are my best costumes. Yes. Kale Bliss says, my Telosian is a go-to. Whoa, that is a good one. Lucia says, no Halloween in Brazil.
What?
What?
Wow.
You guys don't have birthdays either, or what?
They have birthplace.
Yeah, we've got to figure out a way to. Brazil is not doing well if they don't have Halloween. Or would you guys have something similar? Do you just call it like Hallows Eve?
During Carnival? Well, they have all those
Carnival is fun. Yeah, people dress up for that.
I can't help but feel like they're missing out in Brazil. Is it all of South America or just Brazil? Is it just limited to the Portuguese speaking South America?
Yeah, because I don't know if they celebrate Halloween in Panama, where my mom lives. It was from. I don't know. But she might celebrate just because she's lived here.
Well, that's really interesting.
Sorry, I got distracted by the news.
Henry, you're doing a
Twitter.
live show right now. What are you doing?
Sorry.
My goodness.
Focus.
Okay. So the important thing to note is that Spocktober has begun.
Oh, and also, you know, related to that, Adam Nimoy has added like a ton of book tour dates for October and November.
Really?
If you go to so if you go to Adam Nimoy's social media or his website and sign up for his newsletter, you can see all those. It's like all over the country, so there's definitely somewhere near you. And that talk he gave about his book and did a reading at STLV was totally one of the highlights for me. If it's near me again, I'm going to go again.
Awesome. I'm sure he's going to have something in Southern California for us.
Oh, there are multiple California ones, like San Francisco, LA. I think there are a few LA dates.
Well, here's another bit of news from twitter.com. It's being tweeted out by @CreationENT. That's @CreationENT. And it says a
Oh, yeah.
star-studded Saturday at Star Trek Chicago. Look at this.
This
We've
is just
got
so
So
awesome.
Q telling stories,
Mhm.
making a magic spell right here.
Mm.
Whoa, he's wearing a real watch. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Cool.
And then we've got here, we've got the lower
watches.
deckers, Tawny Newsome,
Oh, look, it's
Don
got you on
Lewis, and
there.
Eugene Cordero giggling.
Ryan's
Yay.
arm.
Ryan's arm. Oh yeah, that's right. I moderated that
That
panel.
is
There's my
Ryan's
arm.
arm.
There's
Shirt
my
color.
sleeve, and there's my elbow. Wow, what a deal. That's totally fun. I forgot that I moderated that panel because there's just they didn't quite cut me out good enough, well enough. They almost did it. You see, they're all laughing at a joke I made, probably.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably what it is.
That's it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And here's
Oh
our
my
friend Gates McFadden.
Ooh,
So this
with
was
look at
her
on
those
big fun
Saturday.
earrings.
Yeah, they looked amazing. And this was on Saturday, which was the 37th anniversary of TNG. So it was like
Mhm.
extra special getting to see a TNG panel or a TNG like main cast member talking about it. And I went with my dad because we watched it together. So fun.
She's got a ring on her pinky.
And then we've got Jerry Ryan, of course. What does this say?
Something
Here
about
for the I did.
Descent, probably.
yes.
Or I disappear, maybe.
Here for
I just went.
How was her panel, Dr. Anne Marie Siegel,
Oh my gosh. I have
on
to say,
Saturday?
like, so I didn't go to that many panels because I was learning how to do other stuff at the convention, but the ones I went to were so fan. Every time I go to a panel, I'm always like, it always exceeds expectations, and I always tear up because I'm like, I can't believe I'm here right now seeing these people from TV the shows that matter so much. So that happened like with the seventh rule panel, which was the best ever. And Gates, and then I have to say Jerry Ryan's was so special. And there was somebody asked, like, it was mostly questions, and some of the actors who've been doing this for decades, it's just like an art form. It comes like so second nature, and they really command, like, I don't know how big the room was, but it was like it was full on Saturday.
Huge, yeah.
And so they really command a room of like tons of people, and you just like sometimes can hear a pin drop when they're talking, and everybody, you can just like feel the happiness and like emotion. And Jerry Ryan like really like mirrors it back and takes it in. And somebody asked her if she could sing a few bars of You Are My Sunshine, which is one of my favorite episodes, Someone to Watch Over Me, which after this story I had to come home and watch it with my family. But somebody asked if she could sing a few bars because when her baby sister was passing away, her dad would sing it to her. And then so Jerry Ryan sang a few like lines, and then she was crying and everybody was crying. It was just it was such a magical, special moment. I
That's
love Star
beautiful.
Trek so much. Yes.
Wait a minute. I just realized something. That picture of the lower deckers
Yes.
actually does have 4 Star Trek stars in it, because this elbow was featured in the 2009 in the 2009 J.J. Abrams movie. So that's what it is. That's why they only show that way. They could be like, see, do you recognize this elbow from the 2009 J.J. Abrams movie? That's what it is. That's why they did that.
Oh yeah.
They didn't want to be distracted with like a foot
That elbow
or
hasn't
a
even aged at
face.
all. Like,
That elbow hasn't aged a day. Wow.
oh,
Still
it's so
prime elbow.
good. I know Brett Homer said in the live chat, says ST Chicago is great and they hope they bring it back. And one thing you can do is to email your feedback to creation and say how much you loved Chicago and hope it comes back to Chicago. So Red Shirt Bob, is this Bob of Bob and Sue? One of my favorite people to meet at Chicago. He says, Chicago was my first Star Trek con, and I'm an OG. Had a great time. It was so fun meeting so many people in the live chat.
And I think this is his first time in the live chat because he was a little bit shy about joining the live chat. So welcome, Richard Bob. We're happy to see you here.
Hi to Sue.
Yes.
I love them.
All right. Yeah. So if you want to make suggestions, just click on that link and it'll take you to where you can leave, feedback to creation. Or if you want to suggest a city, if you want to say what a great fun time STLV was, or ST Nash was, or STCHI was, click on that link. If you want to suggest a city, click on that link. If you want to be weird, leave a comment below.
So here's my specific question. So when you click on the link, there are a few different emails. Like, which one's a good one to respond to?
Well, kind of gives you some options. Usually a sponsor is a good one, because that's for guest suggestions. So that's where you're going to go for like suggestions. If you want to suggest a town, if you want to give feedback, things like that, that's a good one. If you want to ask about tables, things like that. So that's kind of like a good general one, a sponsor at creationent.com.
Awesome.
I would say. But yeah, there are a few options here. All right.
And
well, that was a lot of fun.
Forget, if you were in Chicago for this one, I could see you in Chicago again at the end of October for Battlestar Galactica Con, the 20-year anniversary.
Wow.
I think a couple people said they're going to that one. I know.
Fun.
I do love Battlestar Galactica.
Absolutely.
And there's some Star
I've only
Trek
watched it once, though.
crossover. And Ronald D. Moore is going to be there, I think.
I finally finished it.
Same.
Found out who the
Cylons were.
Yeah.
Jim, this man is a Cylon. I always thought that would be a fun crossover. So, yeah, everybody check that out if you're a BSG fan, because I know I am, and these guys are. Well, out of the three, well, Melissa and I are.
Fan. I really love President Roslin and Admiral, whatever, Adama. Oh my God, they're such a cute couple goals.
What about Ty? Saul Ty.
He was so complex. What a complex character.
Yeah.
So very well written.
And his wife, what was her name? Ellen?
Yeah.
Ellen.
I'll tell you what,
she was in Star Trek too.
Yes, she
the
was.
Nana Visitor episode.
Kate Vernon, I think is her name.
Oh my gosh, the Nana Visitor episode was
fantastic.
Knocked it out of the park. I thought she was really sick. She was fantastic. And her and the president together in scenes were really, those were really great scenes.
So good.
Okay. Linda Anderegg says, bring Star Trek Chicago back to the Westin, our home. So is that where it was before
actually
2017?
Battlestar, I think so. So actually Battlestar is at Westin. I think it just depends on on the hotel schedulings.
Okay. Gotcha. But Trek to Chicago used to be at the Westin back in the day, because that's what Linda Anderegg seems to be suggesting when she says our home. And that was the one that was just right around the corner from us, like super close. Okay.
Turbo lifts?
No, that was awesome. I guess we should talk more about
hotel was pretty fantastic.
Trek to Chicago at the Hyatt Regency. Yeah, the Hyatt looked super futuristic. The elevators looked like turbo lifts. They had this delicious breakfast buffet that I ate like 4 days in a row. So I'm not going to eat eggs for a while. That's cholesterol. I can't eat eggs 4 days in a row. I am not getting my cholesterol tested. They're going to say, hey, you need to eat some more oatmeal or whatever they say. So anyway, Trek to Chicago. There are a lot of really cool panels, a lot of great stuff that came out of it. Our very own Cirroc Lofton was the belle of the ball.
Oh my God.
There are always people at his line. People, he was coming out and talking basketball with people, smiling and waving. Everybody wanted to meet him. It was so fun seeing people crowding around Sirach's table.
Yeah.
I don't remember one time going in the vendor's room where no one was at his table.
Totally. Oh my gosh,
100%
he
of the
was
time
just
people were there.
he'd like run and get if kids walked by, he'd run up and go talk to them. It was so sweet. And he was next to
I may have
Matt.
stolen
It was so cute
a
when they
couple
were
blow
talking.
pops from Melissa's table and given them to Sirach's table, and those things disappeared real fast.
Oh, you know what a really good rock table moment was when I like looked up and I saw Marina Sirtis coming over to hug him, and I was like, "Whoa, does Sirach look happy?" Like, it was so cute.
What the great thing about Sirach is he's always genuinely happy to be there, and
Yeah.
he's
Yes.
always genuinely happy to talk to people and interact with people, much in the same way as Aaron used to do, much in the same way that Max likes to interact with people. It's, yeah, that whole family is very approachable. Talk to them, go up to them, say hello, and how much you love them because they deserve it.
Yep. And Brett in the live chat says Sirach was great. He really wants an LED backpack for Christmas.
Oh my
Brett,
gosh,
were
Are
you
you
the
the
guy
person who
that
had that?
were you the guy
Oh
that
my
was
gosh.
walking with all the cool Star Trek characters on your backpack, flipping through like LED style? That was so cool if that was
Oh my
you.
that was so
gosh.
cool.
That was
Max wants one of
incredible.
those too.
Yeah. Uh, Mom alert. Anne Marie's mom is
Hi,
here
Mom.
in
My
the
mom
live
is
chat.
yellow.
Hey,
She was at the
Mom.
convention too.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
they
I
came on
tried to talk to
Saturday.
her and she's like, I heard about you, Ryan. I'm getting out of here. That's what she said to me.
I
They
got
were
2 hugs
What?
from, yes, from Anne Marie's mom.
yeah.
2.
Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. And my mom got a t-shirt and a keychain and a koozie and a shot glass. Like we got merched up.
What's a koozie?
Like those things. So one lady came and bought 3 because like we're in Wisconsin and she had like she puts them on all her beer bottles so that like you don't have to feel them getting like
You put a beer bottle in a koozie?
yeah, that way like you don't feel the condensation as it like anyway. Those things
As
sold
it
like crazy.
sweats.
Does it keep it like cold? Like, is it like
Apparently, because then another lady came over and she had like a bottle of soda and she bought it because she had just bought the bottle of soda and it was like got to get it in there fast so that like it doesn't lose its coldness, I guess.
all right.
It looked cool.
So it keeps something hot, hot, and keeps something cold, cold, probably, it would
Yeah.
seem. So there are a couple wishes in the live chat. I already lost it, but somebody said, do you ever get Colomini at a Star Trek convention? Well, here's hoping, right? Here's hoping. And someone else said, hey, you guys got to come back to Chicago. Well, you know what? We would love to. I hope it comes back to Chicago
so
as
too.
well. I hope so too. And who knows? Maybe it'll be back at the Westin. Before you know it, Linda Anderegg, before you know it, it might be back at the Westin where it all began back in 1922.
So random.
Yeah. There were other great panels. There was Melissa Navia, Christina Chong, and Celia Rose Gooding doing a panel together, which was a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. Oh my God. Marina Sirtis and Michael Dorn could not get off the stage because they were rocking so hard. People were laughing so hard. You can't just leave the stage when people are laughing that much. They gave the fans like an extra 10 minutes. It was amazing. And so, okay.
And you could hear them cheering in the vendor's room. That's how much fun people were having.
Let me give you guys a little taste of Ryan T. Husk hosting on stage at Star Trek Chicago on, what was it, Sunday, probably? I come out and I say, hey, everybody, we've got a couple great Star Trek legends coming out for you in just a minute. But before we do, I'd like to share a little story. Picture it, 1996. My friend's dad, I didn't say who it was Darth's dad. My friend's dad drove us to our very first Star Trek convention in 1996 in his VW Bug. He packed us in and drove us all the way to Sacramento, California. And it was a creation entertainment convention, if I remember correctly. And this was our first convention. And our first panel that we ever saw was Marina Sirtis and Michael Dorn. And they were very funny. And Marina was quite the sauce pot. I was like, whoa, Marina got an attitude on her. She's funny. And they played off of each other. And then this was 28 years ago. And I was hooked from then on, and I've been to a ton, at least 20 Star Trek conventions since then. And then I said, and I hope for those of you that this is your first convention, I hope that after you watch this panel, you have so much fun that this is the first of many conventions and that you go year after year as well. And I hope it brings as much joy to you as it has to my life. And then, of course, I said, without further ado, please welcome Marina Sirtis and Michael Dorn. Raucous applause, all this joy and happiness, blah, blah, blah. Everything's wonderful. A couple hours later, I run into Marina Sirtis in the vendor's room. And I said, hey, you were great up there. Good job, blah, blah, blah. And she said, I know, or whatever she said. And then I said, hey, did you enjoy the thing I said about you guys? And she said, oh, I wasn't listening. I was talking with Michael. So they didn't hear a word I said. They were just waiting. They just know to listen for when someone says, Marina Sirtis and Michael Dorn. Like, oh, that's us. Off we go. And here I am pouring my heart out. And they just don't even know me from, they're just like, okay, hi, Bill. Thanks for announcing us. But whatever, the audience liked it, I think, hopefully. Maybe they weren't listening either. Maybe they're just like texting and waiting to hear Marina Sirtis and Michael Dorn too, but they laughed. They had fun.
There's some more like fun pictures that I shared too. So it's always fun to see like, what does the theater look like? Stuff like that. And I thought like the theater really looked wow. And some of the walls look pretty Star Trek-y.
I know that people are saying it should be at the Westin, it should be at the Westin. I've never been at the Westin near there, but I have to say, even the theater was great. The vendor's room was great. They had these beautiful chandelier type things on the top of the ceilings that looked very futuristic. It felt very Star Trek-y.
Like Klingon.
Yeah.
The carpet looked like it had Bajoran symbols when like you looked at it from different angles.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
Chandelier's a great song. Really is. Melanie Jean Mayfield says 1996 first con. I feel so old. My first con was in 1975. Things were cheap back then, but not nowadays. That's true. When you hear about prices back then, it was like $1 to get in, $1 for an autograph. Then it ended up being like $5 for an autograph when things got really crazy.
Although I really have to say the prices for the regionals, when I got the Saturday ticket last minute, was $40, and Friday and Sunday were $30, which for like 14 or 15 hours of programming is pretty good. And they validated parking. And like, there's so many things they do to like really help you, which I feel like are not done at like a New York Comic Con or something. I really like the fan sets pin. Their show pins are really like knocking it out of the park.
Amazing. Oh, and how cute was this, everybody? If Cirroc Lofton was the belle of the ball, runner-up was a person. Everybody in the live chat, make your predictions as to which actor this was. There was somebody that in their off time, when some of the actors would go in the green room and take a break or have a lunch, or maybe they had photo ops or a panel to do, this person just started walking from vendor's table to vendor's table and saying hello to them, introducing themselves, maybe doing a little shopping, maybe buying a Fansets pin, maybe buying a Walking Art Made by Melissa shirt.
Or temporary tattoo.
Mhm.
Temporary tattoo.
Which actor, which guest was that? The one that would walk around and introduce themselves to all the vendors and spread joy everywhere at Star
Give a
Trek
little wink.
Chicago.
Little
Here's a
wink.
hint. This person was a special guest at Trek to Chicago. Glenn Iverson. That's a hint
Right.
for you.
They had to be at the convention to walk around the vendor's room.
Angela says Gates McFadden. Joshua Reeve also says Gates McFadden. Dave Gregory says he already knows, so he can't say. Well, Donna Runyon also says Garrett Wong. All right, so that's 2 for Garrett Wong and 2 for Gates McFadden and 0 for anybody else. The
only
answer-
half of those
Wait, I have to say-
answers were actually in Chicago.
The same person has been seen buying t-shirts for the conventions at STLV and ST Nashville too. Like really
That's very
beefing
cute.
up the Star Trek merch and wardrobe.
Donna also says, by the way, hi, Donna Runyon. She also says Sirach Lofton, also a good guess.
Mm,
The
that is a
answer,
good
of
guess.
course, everybody, is Ethan Peck. One of the nicest guys in new Star Trek, right? He's amazing.
Mhm. So nice.
Melissa, did
Yeah.
it bother you when he walked up to your table to talk with you?
No. It was pretty great, actually.
Oh, you know I have to send you the picture to share now. It's on Facebook Messenger.
It was pretty great. He's very nice. He's a very nice young man.
Okay, I'll pull up this photo.
Okay, it's so good.
Here it is. All right, everybody. So here's a picture of Ethan Peck shopping at Trek to Chicago. Look, there's Melissa glancing upward, saying, am I next? Is he coming to my table next?
Amazing.
Well, yeah, so then he's like, oh, hi, how are you? I said, I'm good, how are you? I'm
These
sure
are your
I
shirts
blushed.
right here.
Yeah, those are my shirts. I'm sure I blushed. And then he was taking a picture with the gentleman that's standing up right across from him. And he looks, I looked back and he looks over at me and he gave me a little wink. And gosh, that was really great too. That was very great.
The wink.
The wink, yeah.
What could he have done to top that wink?
I don't know. That was enough.
Maybe a thumbs up?
No.
High five?
High five would have been fun, but the wink was just perfect, just because it was so friendly and warm, and it was just a nice moment, and I'll be happy with that.
That's awesome. So the point is, everybody, Ethan Peck is a great guy. He seems genuinely nice. And it's not just in how he talks to people and how he treats people, but how he's spending his free time. Look, he's out there supporting. He's out there being friendly, introducing himself, winking, right?
Yeah.
Like he's doing his thing, you know?
Yeah.
Good guy. So everybody keep rooting for Ethan Peck. He seems to be one of the true good guys in this business. So did we talk about, well, let's finish up on Trek to Chicago. Everybody knows the next one is in New Jersey, Secaucus, New Jersey, just outside of Manhattan. So really it's like a New York. It's basically Trek to New York City. So everybody that lives in the New York City area, don't be shy just because it says New Jersey. It really is.
Connecticut, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Staten Island. I know that's part of New York City, but yeah, I mean, basically, if you're close to New York City, you're close to Trek to New Jersey.
Yes.
It's
And we
actually like
expect
a
to see all of you there.
$3.50 bus ride where you can go between like the steps of the convention center and Midtown Manhattan in 20 minutes. It's amazing.
I would rather die than step on a New York City bus.
No, it's not bad at all. Just a
Oh,
normal
well
bus.
then okay.
It's not even
I've
part of the
never
New York.
been to New York, so I don't know.
Oh.
All I know is what I
Their
saw in
buses
like
are
movies
nice.
in the like the 90s
Yeah,
where
they
it
are
depicted New York
nice.
City buses as gross and
Mm-mm.
rat
Yeah, that's
infested and
Not
stuff.
anymore. Nope.
Super nice.
Buses are nice.
And how
Can I
amazing is it that it drops you at the stairs? I couldn't even believe it when I
Ouch.
the last run. Yeah.
Can I still at least see a rat carrying a pizza?
You go to the subway.
Because that's all I really want to see there.
Yeah. Photo op.
Oh, Dave says it's not Secaucus, it's Secaucus. Secaucus.
Caucus?
Really?
That's what
My
he
dad's from
says.
like the town over. And he says the caucus.
Secaucus.
Always said Secaucus.
Yeah, Secaucus.
Caucus.
Okay, that's interesting. Secaucus makes me think of the Caspian
Mm.
because the
Oh, yeah.
Caspian Sea is by the Caucasus Mountains or whatever that is over there in like Central Asia, Central West Asia. Anyway, so let's continue on. Trek tour was amazing. 5 weeks from now, we've got Trek to New Jersey. And then the very next week, we've got Trek to Dallas. More news on that coming shortly. The Rat Pack was incredible.
Oh my gosh.
It's the best.
Yes. They're
It was
amazing.
so good.
Do not miss them, everybody. You must see the Rat Pack. And
Mhm.
they will be around in New Jersey as well. So do not miss that. Okay.
They're
So
so
special.
good.
So special. You know what's really fun too about the regionals is that some of the actors come to the after hours events, and because the room
Mhm.
isn't as big as STLV, you get to like hear them during the show or like sit somewhere near them. It's just like you never know who's like gonna end up sitting by you. It's so fun.
Right.
It's so much more intimate. And like you get to be close up. Like I was like, wow, I haven't been this close up to like all of them together, and you get to see them like smiling at each other. It's just so cute.
They are so freaking cute. Yeah.
And Enterprise karaoke was so much fun. Carrie went in and you're all just Katie did a duet, but unfortunately I missed it. So I hope they do it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or if somebody has video of that, please post it because I'd like to see it.
Oh, what is this, Doctor? We have a flashback to Vegas here.
Oh, so this is like I still have one more day of pictures to go through for Vegas because I like edit them and tag them and stuff.
So
And
Dr.
I found
Anne-Marie
this amazing
Siegel
one.
at Anne-Marie Siegel 1 says, I just realized I have a gem of a photo from STLV.
Your face, Ryan.
It's like 10 forward.
Oh, that's why we were mad, because this is rival bars. This is bar rivals in a Vegas casino.
Yes, hold on.
I
have to get my
battle,
mask.
battle. Fight. Hey, fight. Roast pork. That's a fun picture. Okay. Well, where did Anne-Marie go?
That's funny. Roast pork. But that picture is really fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's not a ton of details here. However, ScreenRant.com tells us, you're not going to believe this.
Well,
ScreenRant.com tells us, where is it? Here we go. Pulling that up. Written by our
Lucy
good buddy
in the live chat says, I heard Katie won the cosplay thing. She did win the cosplay thing.
She
How
did
awesome
win.
is that?
She barely beat out second place, who was somebody cosplaying Data in Star Trek Generations in his, Navy hat outfit thing, which was really good.
Incredible too.
Oh my God, the thing that was so good about that cosplay was that like I saw that person at dinner in the bar later and the makeup still looked perfect.
Yeah, it did.
Which is hard to do.
But yes, big congratulations to Katie for winning that. Good knowledge there. I also called her out on stage a couple times. That was fun. Once on the Seventh Rule panel, and then once on I don't remember what the other one was, but she was a good sport. So Screen Rant says Star Trek Discovery asked Worf actor Michael Dorn to return. Wait. So my first thought is how, right? Not why. I can understand why, but how?
Wait,
When was another one.
Why?
Then I thought, well, maybe it could be when they leapt forward into the future and then they just saw an old video of him, something in the archives or something in the library. But when you read the quote, that makes me think I'm wrong.
Well,
The
I
quote
did
is
hear. Oh,
the quote is by Michael Dorn. He says, I was asked several times to be part of that new universe, but because of just circumstances, just that sort of one thing that happens, nothing to do with me, but something happens like on Discovery. They say, hey, we want you to come back and do this character. It would be great. We'll show you scripts, everything. I was talking to the producer. The producer gets fired and they bring in a whole nother crew. So it's those type of things. So that was going on for a long time. Then one time I just went, okay, that's it. I'm not going to think about this anymore. Okay. So what that tells us is if a producer was fired and it was replaced further down the line with a new, showrunner type person, that means it happened either in the first or second season.
yeah.
Because that's, after the starting the third season, I think Michelle Paradise took over and she stayed throughout. So that tells us that no, it would not be, in fact, in the future, as I guess, but in the past, which means he couldn't reprise his role unless it was like going back in time. Maybe they were going to have him be a new Klingon, which would be really weird.
I mean, I don't know if this had anything to, I think this was so far before, like, the updated Klingons, but, one thing is that Brian Fuller at that point in time, like, wanted it to be an anthology, like, every season was going to be different. So one
I
of
did
my
hear that too. Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of wonder if it was already, like, thinking later on, like, if he had thoughts for, like, changing it for season 2 and maybe, like, Worf could be then. Who knows?
Well, I know that Aaron and I had talked about it because he also heard that they wanted Worf to be a part of Discovery. And that he was really pitching the Captain Worf idea to them. So and that didn't work out, but because I know Aaron wanted to do Captain Nog, of course. But yeah, so that he was wanting to run with that again.
So interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So we have, like,
Maybe
a couple
that would be
other,
great
they're just, like, a
because he
couple
was
other
pitching
quick
that
hits
hard. Sorry, Emery.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Oh no, just there are a couple other, like, quick hits that are kind of fun, and I just looked at the time and I'm like, what? We had so much fun today.
We did.
So
So in the live chat, everybody, if Michael Dorn were to have returned when, let's say at the very beginning, when Alex Kurtzman was taken over 2017 or Brian Fuller at that time, possibly, would you have wanted him to do some time traveling Worf thing? Or maybe he would be Captain Worf somehow spin-off thing, because I know, right, as you're saying, he was pitching and pushing Captain Worf hard for several years. Or would they have what I always thought would be the best and the most hilarious thing, because I like to see the world burn, is have Michael Dorn come back as a Klingon that looks like, like the new Discovery Klingons. People would, and they were good. He would walk in and he'd be like, "It is I, Worf, son of Moog." People would be like, their heads would just, he would be like purple and lizard looking. And they'd be like, "That's not Worf." And they would be right. That's not Worf.
It's not Worf. Jenny R. Johnson in the live chat says, yes, agreeing with Anne Marie, Brian Fuller wanted to do an anthology, but she also says a new ship each season.
Right. That was the original plan,
Which
was
is interesting
each
because
show would be one season only. Discovery was only going to be one season, and then they were just going to keep doing. But somewhere along the line, it changed and became like just
Mhm.
its own kind of series.
and I was like, oh, I don't want to lose this crew anyway because they seem great and I want to get to know them. And then didn't get to know them even. But I'm glad we got more of like Saru and Tilly. Like I really wanted that.
I like what Donna Runyon said. I think she may have made the mistake of doing like a little typo, but I think it would be really funny if she was right that like Discovery was like they made Michael Dorn into a different, Klingon, and he's like purple and blue, and they called him Captain Warge. Man,
Captain Ward.
yeah.
I am Captain Worf from the Rat Pack. Right? It's that song they sing.
I don't remember that part.
I am Captain Worf.
I remember when it goes, Borg Queen. That's funny.
It is funny.
But man, that Good Friends song,
Oh my
I
gosh.
just can't.
Oh,
I just
so
can't.
beautiful.
I can't hang.
Mm-mm.
Like I'm
His
trying to look
voice
cool
with
in
the
front of my
guitar.
friends, man. You guys,
Oh, so beautiful.
luckily it's dark in that audience, so I can just pretend like I have like allergies or something.
Shoot, I just like lost. I just put my finger on my screen by mistake when you were mentioning it, and I was thinking about it, and I hope I didn't like block somebody from the live chat. Sometimes like it like showed me some weird message, and it like popped away before I could look and see what it said. So
Chris Marshall says, "Hi everybody, back to my task." Hi. He
Hi.
says, just popping in to give my theory. Maybe it's part of what Klingons do not discuss with outsiders in DS9's Trial and Tribulations. Maybe. But yeah, that I feel like that would be the ultimate troll, and not necessarily a good one.
No.
But if they made Michael Dorn be Captain Worf, but he looked like Laurel, and like he just looked like purple and lizardly, I think we'd have a problem.
We would have a problem.
I think we'd have to take Star Trek out back.
We would have a problem.
And rough it up a bit.
'Cause
Anyway.
yeah, it's not worth.
That's Star Trek. Don't mess with the Klingons. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
I like how Emery's always like, what are they laughing about?
no,
He's
I'm
blinking.
listening.
So what?
Now I'm listening.
All right.
I
Let's
was
talk
looking up
about
the Sonequa thing because what I didn't realize was that Sonequa Martin Green, like at some point in her busy year of promoting Discovery, like snuck away and filmed a show for Fox. And it's a season two. Season two starts October 8th, and that's the season she's going to be in.
All right. Well, since that can't wait until this Friday on Star Trek and Chill, let's go ahead and pull that up. Since we did start a little late because we were having tech difficulties. Here it is. Here it is. Blex Media tweets out on twitter.com. Here it is, pulling that up. Accused Fox gripping crime anthology. Oh, there's the anthology series we wanted. Is returning for its second season with an impressive new cast lineup. Sonequa Martin Green and Mike Coulter among 5 casts. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, so that
He's
premieres
on
October
Evil.
8th.
Was on Evil.
Good for her.
Oh, there must be a debate happening because look what's trending. Moderators.
So there's one other.
Moderators. Oh, boy.
Oh my God, it's about your arm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Wait, here we go. This is my impression of me in any Star Trek movie or convention. What do you think, guys? How's it going, everybody? Look, I'm a movie star and a moderator.
I want that to be your memory alpha picture.
Yeah, that should be my headshot.
That should be your
My headshot should just be my elbow, and people will be like, "Oh, I love your work. I've seen you in so many things."
I'd recognize that elbow anywhere.
Yeah. What a deal. That's
Oh
funny.
my god, that's amazing. There's one other thing that is kind of time sensitive to share, which is the Nacelle Net, the Trek Core merch roundup.
Okay, let's find it.
Because our friend, a friend of Virtual TrekCon, Brian Vogt-Weiss, what was
We
announced.
love that guy more than
Yes.
anything in the world. You're so right. We should talk
So
about this.
what was announced a couple days ago is this huge. If you scroll down to like half, oh, I know the cup. First of all, the Captain Picard teacups. I kind of want to order them, but
Oh,
I
cool.
love
yes,
those. Oh, I want a
I know.
set of those.
They look like they only hold like 5
Not
Not that
ounces,
much,
though.
much, but
I'm like, I want a big cup.
yeah.
The 4
So
ounces, maybe.
But
hard
they're
to fit in big hands.
awesome.
Yeah. But anyway, it's the cup size doesn't matter. It's they're all good. Let's not get too nitpicky about it, right?
Okay. Cutie looks.
Yeah,
Oh,
look at him, little rascal. He's such a little rascal.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Okay,
Brian
so here.
Volk-Weiss, great.
So Brian Vogt-Weiss, who's the head of Nacelle Network, and they did the Center Seat, the 55 Years of Star Trek on History Channel, and he's head of like the Toys That Made Us on Netflix that was like a massive hit, and they keep getting more series, and they had that Star Trek episode. Anyway, he's a massive Star Trek fan, and everything he touches turns to gold. So he just got the license to cover. He really, I mean, he loves all Star Trek, but especially from Enterprise and earlier. So he got the license to do action figures for those shows. And there's actually, if you scroll down a little, there's a call to email them and say which ones you want. And I'm like, duh, Jake and Nog.
Yeah. Do you know what those cups remind me of? Beakers, which would be
Yes,
really
that's why I love them.
appropriate. Yeah,
I think they're so cool.
I
You
think
know,
so too.
this is actually gigantic news because he's
His
such
stuff
a
is
big
great.
Star Trek fan. He's the real deal. When he's come on Virtual Trek Con and come on the Seventh Rule, he is proven to be the real deal. He is a legitimate Star Trek fan that knows all the episodes. He's enthusiastic, he's passionate, he's fun and friendly. He plays basketball. That makes him a good person.
He named his company something like Covert Star Trek a little bit, even though he does like a massive amount of things. But what's really fantastic is like he recently got the Expanse license. Like all of his products do well, and he personally goes to like Walmart and sees what they look like on the shelf, and he'll always like do tweets where he's checking what his product looks like at the stores. Like he's so massively personally involved with like not only making a great product but getting it rolled out and seeing what it actually looks like in the stores, and that's something that's like forever been missing from Star Trek merch. So I just think it's like the best match.
First thing they should make is Jake and Nog. So everybody, there's the email address. Don't all do it tonight. Save that email address, coordinate with one another, just do 1 or 2 a day. If everybody does it in one shot, they're going to feel harassed. I like when people say harassment. I think that's funny. It's obviously harassment, right?
Let's get
Like I bet you Picard says
where he's
harassment.
not a cheating hazard.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is huge news because he is a big Star Trek fan and he's going to make some awesome new Star Trek figures. I cannot wait. I think this is great. I think that's really, really big, good news.
Which can actually be seen in stores and like looks cool.
All right. So now everybody, yesterday on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, we released our full review of Star Trek The Next Generation Season 4 episode, The Loss. Remember The Loss? And I don't mean the changeling played by J.G. Hertzler.
Good one.
Remember that? Come on.
Yes.
No,
that works.
It's LOSS, not LAAS.
I know, but it's pronounced the same. Okay. So everybody go check that out on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. The full review is up and ready for your consumption. Then this Friday coming up, come right back to the Virtual TrekCon YouTube channel for Star Trek and Chill, where we Star Trek and we chill. Get your favorite beverage, get your favorite star fruit. I think that's what we're doing. Star fruit.
Star fruit.
We'll enjoy that. Remember Starman? That was a movie, right? Starman.
Yep.
And there was an album by Limp Bizkit that was
Star
something
Trek?
Starfish. Yeah.
And David Bowie has a song called
Starman, right?
Yes,
Oh
Good
my
I
God,
love
song.
that
good
song.
impression.
Very good song. But he thinks he'd blow our mind. It's a Starman. Oh, so good.
I love that
Anyway,
song.
so that's on Friday. Then this coming Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific. Oh, sorry, that's Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time on the Virtual TrekCon YouTube channel. Then on Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time, we've got our first segment review of, oh boy, First Contact. The greatest Star Trek movie ever is not this one. It's the episode, season 4, episode 15, First Contact. Remember the Malkorian Riker
Okay,
one with
what
BB
I did
Newirth? That's
not
kind of cool.
remember, so I always think of this as the BB North episode. I did not realize that like Broadway sensation legend George Hearn is also in it. And I'm like, what? They're in the
I don't
same
even know what that
episode?
means, but it
Oh
sounds
my God, he's
great.
like the star of La Cage aux Folles. Like he's
Wait, didn't
amazing.
he play Oh God, You Devil?
George Hearn?
No, I'm just kidding. That's George Burns. All right. Anyway, some people knew what I was talking about before I said it for sure. They're like, that's George Burns, you dummy. Okay, so then that's what that is. Then on Monday, come
Whale?
right back to the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. Oh, actually, still that Sunday at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern time, we are back with another original series review, season 2, episode 8, I Mud with Walter Koenig. I Mud with Walter Koenig this coming Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern time. You do not want to miss that. That is the big time. And then on Monday, we have our very next full episode review, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel, where can everybody find you online, please?
Twitter at Anne-Marie Siegel1.
Melissa Longo, yourself.
And Melissa Longo on social media, Malissa, and and Walking Art Made by Melissa.com. You could get this kind of shirt there. And a certain actor by the name of Ethan Peck has one of these shirts too. So get your own. And
are you saying get your own Ethan Peck because you've got yours? Like, Ethan Peck's got a shirt from me, so you guys get your own.
Sure. And then all of these virtual TrekCon, walking art, the Seventh Rule, and Three Fat Lobsters on YouTube.
Great. And everybody, you can find me online on twitter.com at RyanTGHusk. Once again, that's at RyanTGHusk, or just Virtual Trek on the Seventh Rule or Falling Tower on your favorite social media, but especially right here on YouTube and Mastodon. Isn't Mastodon just kind of like Discord? I think it's kind of like Discord. Or maybe it's like Datcord. I don't know. It's one of those. That's it for us, everybody. We will see you next time. We can't wait. And when you want to talk about Brian Volk-Weiss and all the cool stuff he's done, hey, put it on the main viewer.